Welcome to the Delphi Archaeological Museum. Take your time as you walk in. No need to rush. This isn't about checking off rooms, it's about wandering and noticing. What you'll see here are treasures gathered from the sanctuary of Apollo just outside. Imagine, every piece once stood under the Greek sun, surrounded by pilgrims, priests, and the sound of prayers. Now we get to meet them face to face.
That's alright. Let's πήγαινε στο μουσείο, δες εκείνο και μετά άμα τα ανοίξουμε, τα ανοίξουμε. Δεν τα ανοίξουμε άλλη μέρα. On the way back. Όταν γυρίσουμε πάλι. Εντάξει. Εγώ θα βγάζω εσένα.
Inside the Delphi Archaeological Museum, you'll encounter one of Greece's richest collections of ancient treasures, gathered from the sanctuary of Apollo and surrounding sites. The museum doesn't follow a strict chronological walk, but instead groups objects by theme and significance. Here's what you typically see as you wander through. You'll start with objects linked to Delphi's origins, such as the Omphalos stone, which the ancients believed marked the very center of the world. Small votive offerings, bronze tripods, and early figurines from pilgrims give a sense of how Delphi grew into a religious hub. Delphi was full of treasuries built by Greek city-states, and many of their dedications are preserved here. You'll see elegant friezes and sculptures that once decorated these structures, including works from the treasury of the Siphnians, famous for its detailed marble reliefs showing gods, heroes, and battles. Two imposing archaic statues of young men, often linked to the legendary brothers Cleobis and Biton, greet you with their powerful, stylized stance. Their rigid forms capture the early Greek pursuit of idealized human beauty. Perhaps the museum's highlight is the Charioteer of Delphi, a life-size bronze statue from 470 BC, astonishingly well preserved. The detail in his face, his flowing robes, and even the veins in his hands reveal the mastery of classical art. Nearby, fragments of his horses and chariot show how grand the entire monument once was. Reconstructed sculptures from the temple's pediments bring to life scenes of Greek mythology, such as Apollo himself surrounded by gods and heroes. These were originally set high above worshippers, crowning the temple that dominated the sanctuary. Later rooms hold elaborate statues and offerings from the Hellenistic and Roman periods, including representations of Apollo, the Muses, and dedications from powerful rulers who sought to align themselves with Delphi's prestige. Alongside the grand art, you'll encounter small items, jewelry, tools, bronze mirrors, inscriptions, and ceremonial vessels that show the personal side.
Evolution of the tripod and its decorative attachments in the 70s. Those are attached to the culture. Okay. Εκεί γράφει τίποτα. Okay. Have you kept the ticket? Bravo. That's okay. Κράτησε εδώ. Άμα ανοίξει επάνω, που ήταν πάνω. doing it, so they're going to do. I'm not going to take any photos of here. That's red. That's red. Yeah. Yeah. So it says figure of a ram inspired by
Of the crest of the culture?
yeah.
Oh, that's some ball.
Yeah, the proper ball.
With the Caledonian ball.
Yeah, that's okay. What's your best one?
It's okay.
going to take a photo of you while you're standing here. Doesn't matter. I've taken videos.
No sign.
It is
No.
same size. No sign, you see? It's Dionysius, not Dionysus.
Yeah, but from a
Yeah,
English
sure.
perspective.
Yeah, well.
So this is just the temple of Apollo now. No, that stuff comes like from a wait. There's a temple there, but the temple of Apollo.
And hopefully they can open it up, I will. Rain is no excuse. Yeah. Here we go. A bit of mythology, huh? A bit of mythology happening. Hmm?
So like each different side of the
They're trying to open it up. How are they going to open this here? Maybe there was something in the seal. Up again.
still very stark.
I've discovered if you tap it, it keeps going. I had to stop it twice, but I didn't know how to do it. I totally agree. Right, what are we going to do? We can do this, come back here on the end leg. We're not gonna do it the next. Yeah, we're gonna do that Monday. Yeah, well, probably won't go in. So we'll go in. Probably just like pass it, go out to someone else. You can go in. You've been in when you were little. Yeah, I know. Your dad won't want to go in. Yeah, I think so. You can go in together. Right? Yeah. We've been there twice. That's probably. But now you're older. I know what you mean. Yeah, I know. Now you're older. I know what you mean. If the others don't want to go, we'll go. Yeah. We can go to the whole Asian. Paul would understand Asian. Yeah, but who? Jerry. Yeah, he would have studied it when he was in school. He would, yeah, I know, but he would have, I think ancient, he would have done something. Hmm? No, touch wood. Exactly. They'll be fine. It's amazing. They've opened up the outside. Hmm? Because of the rain. Because it's going to rain. It's a thunderstorm, so they're worried about You're ready now. Hmm. πειράζει.
No, we're finishing this. Imagine we go and I said, no, this is too close.
Oh, well. Because of the weather. Bye-bye, it'd be a bit far. No, I think that was a good excuse. That's right. Sorry. And out through there it is.
Temple of Apollo.
Are they still there? Are they?
The sanctuary of Apollo at Delphi was one of the most celebrated sacred spaces of the ancient Greek world, a place where myth, religion, politics, and culture intertwined. It sat high on the southern slopes of Mount Parnassus, surrounded by rugged cliffs known as the Phadriades, with views that stretched across the valley of the river Pleistos and down toward the Corinthian Gulf. To the Greeks, this dramatic setting was not a coincidence. It was chosen by the gods themselves. According to myth, Zeus released two eagles from opposite ends of the earth, and they met here at Delphi, establishing it as the center of the world. To mark this spot, the ancient Delphians placed the omphalos stone, carved and decorated to represent the world's navel. From then on, Delphi was regarded as a meeting place between mortals and gods. The sanctuary itself was a carefully planned sacred precinct. As visitors approached, they entered through the sacred way, a winding path that ascended the steep hillside. This was no ordinary road. It was lined with votive offerings, statues, and monumental dedications from cities across the Greek world. The most impressive were the treasuries, small temple-like buildings where different city-states stored their gifts to Apollo. Each was designed to reflect the wealth and prestige of its donor. The Athenian treasury, built after their victory at Marathon in 490 BCE, stood out for its fine marble construction and sculpted decoration, a proud statement of Athenian glory. As pilgrims moved upward, they would encounter countless bronze statues, golden tripods, and inscribed monuments. Each dedication told a story: victories in war, triumphs in athletic contests, or acts of gratitude to Apollo. In this way, Delphi became a kind of open-air museum of Greek power, artistry, and devotion. At the summit of the sacred way stood the most important building, the Temple of Apollo. The temple seen today is the 4th century BCE reconstruction, built on the foundations of earlier temples destroyed by fire and earth. The journey to Delphi by a king. A king's pilgrimage to Delphi was no casual visit. He would often travel with a grand entourage of guards, priests, advisors, and sometimes even envoys from allied states. The journey itself could take weeks or months, depending on where he ruled, and was part of the ritual of showing devotion to Apollo. On arrival, the king would approach the sanctuary through the sacred way, a path lined with treasuries, statues, and monuments gifted by other rulers and city-states. This walk was humbling, a reminder that even the greatest leaders were only mortals before the god. Purification at the Castalian Spring. Before entering the sacred precinct, ritual purification was essential. The king, like all supplicants, would wash himself in the waters of the Castalian Spring, which flowed just outside the sanctuary. This cleansing symbolized leaving behind worldly impurities so he might approach Apollo with a purified body and soul. His advisors and entourage would often bathe as well, though the king himself might perform additional rites to emphasize his authority and piety. Sacrifice to Apollo. Once inside the sanctuary, the king would proceed to the altar of Apollo, located in front of the temple. Here, he would make a sacrifice, often of valuable animals such as goats, bulls, or sheep. The sacrificial ritual was elaborate. The animal was sprinkled with water to make it nod, a sign of acceptance. Then its entrails were examined by priests. If the omens were favorable, the ritual continued. If not, the consultation might be postponed. For a king, failure at this stage could be deeply ominous. Alongside the sacrifice, the king might offer lavish gifts, tripods of gold or silver, statues, or entire treasuries of wealth, to honor Apollo and secure divine favor. These offerings also reinforced his prestige among other Greeks. Approach.
The oracle's response. The king, or his designated spokesman, would present his question, which was always carefully phrased. Questions were often about war, should I invade, colonization, where should we settle, or political legitimacy, am I the rightful ruler? The Pythia would then deliver her answer, usually in ecstatic, cryptic speech. Her words were often fragmentary or ambiguous, sometimes sounding more like poetry than prose. Priests standing nearby would interpret her utterances, shaping them into a riddle-like pronouncement. For example, Croesus, king of Lydia, once asked whether he should attack Persia. The oracle replied, "If you cross the river, a great empire will fall." Croesus assumed this meant Persia would fall, yet it was his own empire that collapsed. This ambiguity was part of Apollo's divine wisdom. Humans were meant to interpret fate, but never fully escape it. Departure and legacy. Once the prophecy was delivered, the king would leave offering at the sanctuary and depart, carrying the oracle's words back to his people. Whether obeyed, ignored, or misinterpreted, the oracle's response could change the course of history. The consultation itself became a political act. The king's presence at Delphi was a demonstration of piety and legitimacy, while the oracle's words could be used to rally subjects, justify campaigns, or strengthen his divine right to rule. So, the process was a fusion of ritual, spectacle, and power. A king humbling himself before Apollo, the god who guided not just individuals, but the destiny of nations.
He's running everywhere. Come on. John, Carmen. Here. Yes. Go behind it. There you are. This is where Merv was. Go for it. What are I going to do? Come on, Oracle. Mervical. Can you hold that? Is that taking a photo? Is that taking a video? Video. That's it. Who did? He didn't die. He hasn't died. I got the drone up. Yeah.
I'm following your linear, right? Alright, you do what you have to do and I'll record. This is the most exercise I'll be doing all year. Well, stand there, and I stand there. Can you take a photo of that for me? Not me, just that. Hi Andrew, hi Michaela. Did I like it? Yeah. Thank you. Let's go for walkies.
3 hours away from. Is Delphi still in Athens?
Yeah, just out of Athens.
3 hours. We get here. Nah, you can't enter. Rain.
Well, it was spitting, it wasn't even really raining.
So then we're on the museum.
Can you upload all the stuff on your phone on your wherever? So you've got free storage. Well, Leah's got a sore knee, so she's conked out. The others are exhausted. They're not fit. Yeah, you do this once. Doesn't matter. If they can, they can. If they can't, doesn't matter. We're here. We'll show them the video. Doesn't matter. saw in the museum.
No, that's the one there.
Yeah, you saw that in the museum. But they had that. Didn't you see that?
To get down to jump.
Down won't be a problem. Down will be okay. But going up is the problem. But down is easy. I don't want it to rain. Then it's going to get muddy and then you're going to slip. No, I don't want it to rain. I want to get down first safely and then it can rain. Just be careful. Oh, keep going up. Maybe from the top. There's a view. I'll be sore tonight. Me too. If you want water, as I said, I've got it. Yes, take it on the bag. What else?
Yeah. You know what you should do for now though? Because you can't see anything. Yeah.
Calais me cruzó, Dora.
Oh, no, it's not that bad.
Yeah, am I going down?
Yeah.
Let me take Guinea. Yeah, I've been doing this for a very long time. Oh yeah. Was I living at during that time? Did I meet him personally?
You're that old.
Sorry? Thanks.
Old before Christ.
Thanks.
You're around with a baby. And Moses.
Thanks.
Is Moses before?
Okay. That's the colour. Hopefully this is the end.
No.
There's more.
Why do we have to build everything?
Little smart people. That's why. way. We're part of this culture. So it's a way.
But also because of
Pro papu. What did I say? Pro papu, pros papu.
Venice.
Pros papu. Pros papu.
That just came out of the blue, to be honest. One day before birthday.
What's some of day? Sinhizi. Oh, there you go.
It's not even an epic. Oh, they're probably just running here.
Can't be running.
Why would there be 100-meter
Oh,
run?
yeah, no, they're not going to be running. What's it look like? I can't see properly from here. What it looks like. All I see is just the.
You, a map here.
Oh.
I think we're done.
Microphone.
I
Don't ask for any
think-
more.
The Stadium of Delphi was one of the key monuments within the sanctuary, perched high above the Temple of Apollo and the theater at the very top of the sacred precinct. Its location, overlooking the sanctuary and the Pleistos Valley, gave it a commanding view, and its position at the end of the sacred way symbolized the ascent from ritual worship to physical and cultural achievement. Significance. The stadium was primarily used for the Pythian Games, a Pan-Hellenic festival held every 4 years in honor of Apollo. These games were second in prestige only to the Olympic Games at Olympia. Unlike Olympia, where athletics dominated, the Pythian Games emphasized a balance of body, spirit, and art. Thus, while athletic contests were held in the stadium, the theater hosted musical and poetic competitions. Together, they expressed Apollo's dual role as a god of both physical excellence and artistic inspiration. For the sanctuary, the stadium reinforced Delphi's role as a pan-Hellenic meeting place where Greeks from different city-states could come together in peaceful competition, setting aside political rivalries in favor of religious devotion and cultural unity. Architecture. The stadium dates back to the 5th century BCE, but its most visible remains today are from the 2nd century CE during Roman times, when Herodes Atticus, a wealthy benefactor, renovated it. It could hold around 6,500 spectators with stone seating on both sides and monumental stone starting lines. Its length was about 177 meters. It was one of the best preserved ancient Greek stadiums thanks to its high mountain setting. Activities conducted during the Pythian Games, the stadium hosted a variety of athletic competitions. Foot races, the most important contests, including the stadion, a sprint of roughly 180 meters, the Diaulos double stadion, like a 400-meter race, and the long-distance Dolichos. Pentathlon events, long jump, discus, javelin, running and wrestling, though some of these were performed in other gymnasia and palestra areas associated with Delphi, wrestling, boxing, and pankration, forms of combat sports showcasing strength and endurance. Youth contests, separate events, were often held for younger competitors, emphasizing training and the cultivation of future athletes. Importantly, the games were not just displays of strength. They carried deep religious meaning. Victors were crowned with laurel wreaths, Apollo's sacred plant, cut from the tree in the nearby Vale of Tempe. Winning at Delphi was considered an immense honor, granting athletes lasting fame and sometimes even political influence back in their home cities. Legacy. The Stadium of Delphi stands today as a symbol of the Greek ideal of Arete, excellence in both body and spirit. In combination with the theater below, it embodied Apollo's world, a god who celebrated the harmony of athleticism, art, and divine inspiration.
Exactly. Gemma Alexandra. Huh? It's okay. Deixa eu parto se ligo. Ela vai parto. Mas também é para me esquecer.
I don't think we need a video of going down. I don't think we need a video of going down. You want it. Just be careful, go slow because it is I think that was Dad's whistle. But I don't know how he can see us. I don't know. You know his whistle. No, that was Dad's whistle, I can tell you now. He can't see us. It's too high up. It's too high up. Huh? I told you it was his whistle. I don't know by now. After all those years. How did we know it was you? We. I know, I said to Lenny, I said, that's Dad's whistle. That's your whistle. She goes, how do you know? I went, how can you not know his whistle? Huh? It's, what's the name? Etrigan. Yeah, the stadium. Oh, to fire and everything. It's nice. It's very nice. It's worth it. Yep. It's very nice. It would be nice to be able to get on. It would be nice to be able to get on it and pretend to Natrexis. But they won't let you on it. We did it. Remember we did it? We did it at Olympia. This was worth it. Hey, I'm not complaining. I pushed myself. It was worth it to get to the point. No, they won't like the museum. They won't be patient enough for the museum. They would have. No, I don't think they would. I don't think they would have been patient enough for the museum. We liked it, but I don't think they would be patient enough. That's right. You took all the photos and the videos and everything. I had the video going, so yeah.
The Temple of Apollo at Delphi was the heart of the sanctuary, the sacred building where the oracle spoke and where Apollo himself was worshipped as the god of prophecy, music, and harmony. It was not only a religious structure, but also a symbol of Delphi's pan-Hellenic importance. myth and origins. According to legend, Apollo chose Delphi as his sacred site after slaying the monstrous serpent Python, who guarded the Earth's navel, Omphalos. After the victory, he claimed the site and founded his oracle, making Delphi a place where mortals could seek divine truth. The temple went through several reconstructions. The earliest temple dates back to the 7th century BCE. The most famous version, the one whose ruins are visible today, was built around 330 BCE after a destructive fire. Earthquakes and time damaged it, but its remains still capture its grandeur. Architecture built in the Doric style, the temple had 6 columns across the front and 15 along the sides, giving it a balanced yet commanding presence. Inside was a main hall, cella, that held Apollo's cult statue and sacred dedications. At its deepest point was the Aditon, a restricted inner chamber where the Pythia, Apollo's priestess, delivered her prophecies. The temple also held symbolic objects such as the Omphalos stone, marking Delphi as the center of the world, and treasures dedicated by city-states and rulers. The oracle. The oracle was what made the temple world famous. The Pythia, chosen from local women, served as Apollo's mouthpiece. Seated on a tripod over a fissure, she inhaled vapors and entered a trance, uttering cryptic words. Apollo's priests interpreted these responses and delivered them to petitioners. Kings, generals, and city-states came to ask questions about war, colonization, law, and politics. The temple thus became a center of decision-making, influencing Greek and even foreign history for centuries. Symbolism and significance. The temple represented the connection between gods and mortals, where Apollo's wisdom was made accessible. Inscriptions on the temple walls reflected its guiding philosophy, such as "Know thyself" and "Nothing in excess," moral teachings that shaped Greek thought. More than a religious site, it was also a political hub, where city-states showcased wealth, negotiated disputes, and sought divine sanction for their actions. Experience today. Today, visitors to Delphi can still see the majestic ruins of the temple, with several standing columns and the foundations clearly marking its layout. With the cliffs of Mount Parnassus towering above and the valley stretching below, the setting still feels sacred, evoking the awe that pilgrims must have felt thousands of years ago.
Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe.